Last Q4, I sold $383,880 in sales, and I made over $68,245 in profit. And today, I'm going to walk you through the plan we followed starting from October through November into December, and the 8-point checklist we used to make this happen. You might be wondering why I make these videos. After building many businesses and experiencing many failures, I've learned the value of documenting what works. So these videos help me and fellow sellers like you to focus on proven strategies. I'm going to walk you through my 8-point checklist, but at the end of the video, I'm going to share some critical information about December that if you miss it, January could be one of your worst months. Do it right, and it could be one of the top 3 months of your business, just like it was for my UK business. Let's get started in October. Before I share my 3-product sourcing strategy, I want to talk about the 5-step Q4 sourcing fundamentals. Number 1, don't chase random deals. Instead, have a plan. This is really important because this is going to get you results. Now, number 2, focus on reverse sourcing, often called storefront stalking. By looking at a competitor's storefronts, you can see what is already working, and this is the key foundation of building a successful Amazon business. Now, number 3, instead of gambling on untested items, you want to be working directly with proven products as shown by other sellers. This is where that storefront stalking comes in handy. Number 4, identify competitors just like you. They've got the similar number of reviews or even slightly more, then jump into their catalog, see what they're selling that you're not, and you really want to be looking for buy box prices where either they're flat or they're rising. For example, we've got a product right here, and if I scroll down right now and I look at the data tab and I come into offers, what I can do is very simply just sort by review count. Now, let's say, for example, I'm a new seller. I'm probably going to have 10, 20, maybe even 50 reviews. So what am I looking for? I really want to look at people who've got very similar reviews to me, and I can click on their storefronts and I can load up a few of them. Now, what do I want to know? Now, when I look at their storefronts, what am I looking at? Well, I want to come down to number 1, categories, and I want to see where are they buying all their products. Well, you can see beauty and personal care. Number 2, what are the brands they're selling, and am I buying them? So you can see here, Advanced Clinicals, MAC, Neutrogena. And if we come over to this seller, scroll down, what have they got? Advanced Clinicals, MAC, Neutrogena. Let's go to this one. This guy, he's got a lot of Lego, lots of Lego, 91%. And then this guy, what have they got? Adidas Originals. Now, if we want to start selling the same as them, we can just click on Adidas and we can actually look at all the products they're selling. So we can see here what's going on. Again, a new seller, this person, let's say, for example, MAC, we want to have a look at them. What are they selling? They can see a couple of MAC products. And what we want to do is then go and try and find these products from suppliers profitably. Now, if we look at this seller, you can scroll down, have a look at their products. And you can see here, he's selling a lot of Advanced Clinicals. So let's click on that. We can see what products he's selling, and we can actually start hovering over them to see the product and the Keepa chart. See it in the bottom right. And you can see here, a lot of them are very high, if not rising buy box prices, which is great. So then we can actually click on those and try and reverse source them and find those products from suppliers profitably. Now, number 5, filter their listings by brand or category and then can compare them against what's going on in the retail space, the products you can buy and promotions. This approach removes lots of the uncertainty, the random guesswork, and allows you to instantly connect profitable products with a market which can deliver those products for you to buy today. Okay, so I'm not going to go through in detail about how to actually source because if you're watching this, you probably already understand how to do that. But what I do want to share with you is my 3-product type sourcing strategy specifically designed for Q4. But what I will say is afterwards, I'm going to share with you my 11-step discounting machine method, which is going to share with you how to get these products cheaper. Let's jump into that 3-product type sourcing strategy. Well, here we're going to be looking for one of the 3 following items to be selling over the Q4 period. Number 1, items where the buy box price is the same or trending upwards, whilst the competition is either the same or trending downwards. Now, let me show you an example. If we look at this product right here and we scroll down to the Keepa chart, what you can notice is that this buy box price has been going up and up and up over the history of this product. Number 2, the new seller count generally been up and down here, but also now coming down. It's a lower number of sellers. And this is an unmistakable sign of opportunities that intensify specifically around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and even the December shopping period, which is a great sign for products that we should be looking for to buy to resell during Q4. Number 2, seasonal products with reliable demand surges. Think about Halloween, for example, in October, Thanksgiving in November, and even Christmas related items in December. These patterns are backed by historical performance, making them easy to time and plan with confidence. Now, seasonality is a low risk play when you understand the cycles, and you can see it time and time again on the Keepa charts. For example, here we've got a Call of Duty game. And if we scroll down to the Keepa chart, and I have actually zoomed into Christmas last year, what you can notice in the middle graph, which is monthly sales, we're selling about 1,000 units per month. In August, September, it picks up to about 4,000. October, 8,000. November is 10,000. Coming into late November, early December, we start hitting 20,000 units per month, which is absolutely crazy. You can read the Keepa charts and it tells you the demand which is coming up, and you can buy in advance. This is just going to help you find more profitable products. Number 3, replenishable products that show consistent performance. Now, these items demonstrate a stable pricing with steady offer counts, and you could see this again on Keepa. For example, let me show you this product right now. Very simple. It's a Lego product. And if I scroll down, what you are going to notice is very consistent buy box price pretty much across the entire lifetime of that product. Number 2, very consistent offer count, people coming, people going, which is great. And sales, while very high, also as well pretty consistent over the period of time that we're looking at. Now, these products can give you a consistent cash flow. They allow you to consistently restock and maintain your scaling through peak and non-peak periods. Okay, so I just want to take a quick moment out of this video to say, look, Q4 is a great time to source, but if you are struggling, one of the things that you can find really helpful is to have great suppliers. That's why I've put together my top 100 supplier list for both the UK and USA based on where we have found products in my own business and our lead service over 2025. And you can get free access to that right now by clicking the link down description. Check it out today, click that link and download the free top 100 supplier list. Right. Let's get back. Now, I've talked you through 3 different types of products you want to be looking for and layering them on, whether they be seasonal products or even the consistent products that consistently deliver. But the real question you want to ask is, how do we actually 10x the results, and specifically the profits of them? That's why now I want to introduce you into the 11-step discount machine. So what are they? Now, whenever you're looking for products, you want to go through looking for deals as follows. Number 1, look for sign-up coupons or discounts from retail websites by signing up to their newsletter. For example, on here on Dick's Sporting Goods, if we scroll right down to the very bottom, what you will notice is right here, they offer connect with us and get $20 off a $100 spend. This is basically 20% off your purchases, which can be amazing. Number 2, think about SMS offers or text messages. A lot of times you're going to see pop-ups where you can get a discount if you just give them your phone number. Now, maybe you don't want to give them your personal phone number. Absolutely fine. Do check out Zamadar for a great virtual phone numbers for as little as $4 per month. Number 3, cashback apps and reward programs. Check out things like Rakuten or even Top Cashback. You can get amazing money back from using these tools, which is going to really help you reclaim some of that cost of goods and drive up your profits. Number 4, browser extensions. Look at things like Capital One Shopping or Honey. These again will give you discounts or even coupon codes or even money back or tokens, which you can use later on, which is just going to help you drive down the cost of your purchases. Number 5, discounted gift cards. Check out Cardbear. Generally, you can get anywhere between 4 and even up to 15% off pre-purchase discount cards. Even places like Walmart, you can get massive savings by buying in advance and using discount cards. And not only that, they actually help you to understand how to use them efficiently, effectively, and safely as well. Number 6, look at subscribe and save programs or discount codes or coupons on the actual website itself. There are going to be many of these floating around during Q4. Use them, take advantage of them. Number 7, wholesalers. Try reaching out to wholesalers, seeing if they will allow you to buy at the same price they can on retail, even cheaper. Look at them for repeat purchases. It can really help build up a profitable supply chain for you. Number 8, utilizing resale certificates for tax-exempt purchases. Sales tax can be reduced, which is going to drive down your cost of purchases. Look at people like Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot. They are all going to be able to accept your sales license or business license, which basically means you no longer have to pay sales tax. Game changer. Number 9, try stacking multiple mechanisms for single purchases. For example, it could be cashback, coupon codes, along with gift cards. All of these things can make a big difference to driving down your cost of goods. Number 10, create dedicated email addresses for newsletter subscriptions. This is going to send all the discounts to you. Now, another top tip, if you don't already know, using discount codes, maybe on sign-up newsletters, you can start to use a lot of them. Now, a great hack that a lot of people don't know about is if you have a Gmail email address, for example, tom@gmail, you can actually use tom+1@gmail, tom+2@gmail, tom+3@gmail. All of those emails will go into the exact same inbox, but to a website, they are going to look like different email addresses. And so therefore, you can now use sign-up codes multiple times, and you don't actually have to create new inboxes. It just saves you so much time. Number 11, top tip here, maintain an organized tracking of all the discounts that you're finding per retailer. There are so many different discounts, codes, coupon codes, voucher codes, all these gift cards that you can buy. All of these things you want to maintain and organize, because once you find that great deal, maybe even on Black Friday, which we'll talk about in a minute, you really want to be able to jump into that organization and just get those discounts applied straight away. One top tip for you, a lot of the best codes aren't shared. This is where you need to record them and make sure that you know what's going on. Okay, so we know what to source and we know how to get discounts, but let's talk about the big elephant in the room: ungating. Now, here's where I want to share my 4-step approach to ungating during Q4 and what you should be considering to be the most effective. Number 1, one thing you need to understand about getting ungated is a significant number of products are going to be auto-ungated right from the start. And as you make more sales, additional brands become available once you reach over that $2,000 in sales. So if you are gated, simply click the apply now and see what happens. We do it for everything we see all the time to see if we can get ungated. And a lot of the times you are going to find it works. Number 2, take a calculated approach to ungating. Only unlock brands that you have found deals in. Avoid wasting time into random approvals that won't necessarily generate sales. For example, if you found deals in Lego or Nike, go and get ungated in those suppliers or those brands. Don't go and waste time getting ungated in lots of random brands that you haven't found profitable products yet. Number 3, to maximize your Q4 results, focus heavily on the toys category. This is a really strong seasonal performer with lots of opportunity for profitable products. Also as well, you might want to consider shoes and clothing because there are lots of great opportunities in these product ranges as well. Both have historically surged in demand during the Q4 period. Number 4, focus on brands that require only 10 units on their invoices for ungating approval. If you're a new seller, committing to buying a brand or a product where you need 100, 200 units and then getting rejected on the application process can significantly tie up capital, which you can use for much more profitable deals. It's simply just not worth taking the risk. Focus on those brands where you only need 10 units to get ungated and then try it with them. But again, make sure you found profitable products first before you get ungated. Okay, so now I want to introduce you into the 3 Q4 scaling automations. But before I do, I just want to ask you a question. Do you find selling on Amazon a challenge? Well, if you do, maybe it's because you are not surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals. I face that challenge, and that's why I created the Amazon FBA War Room, which is the #1 Amazon FBA community on the school platform. Now, in this community, we do 2 weekly calls, one of which is a live training, and everything is fully recorded. So not only can you watch them back, you can see all the previous recordings as well. On top of that, we also have a highly engaged community where you can ask questions and get answers from the community and myself and my fellow admins. And then on top of that, we've also got as well people from all over the world where you can engage with people not only in different countries, but also locally to you and see them on our community map. If you are interested, check out the Amazon FBA War Room. I'll drop a link in the description down below. So I said I was going to talk about the 3 Q4 scaling automations, and let me go through them with you right now. Number 1, prep centers. If a prep center is something you're considering, don't delay. By the time November hits, most of the good ones are going to already close their doors to new clients. Getting set up in October not only secures your spot before they close the doors, but also as well, it means you get access to the best ones. Now, whether it's managing shipments, saving time, or simply just keeping your operations going while you're maybe a bit busy with work or also running your business, getting in early pays off big time. So if you're thinking about it on the fence, just get started. Sign up to a good prep center today. It's going to make a big difference. Number 2, lending. With lending, you've got 2 approaches. Number 1, generally going to be personal or business credit cards or overdrafts. These can give you flexibility while stacking up some serious reward points. If you are spending cash right now and not doing it on credit cards, you're just wasting your time. 1, credit cards give you protection. Number 2, the points can be amazing. For example, with us, we spent over $150,000 last Q4. That is going to be 2 first-class return flights to the UK. I can go home and see my family. Spending big right now in the right way on credit cards can mean big rewards and even bigger holidays for you and your family. Now, the second part is thinking about lending. This could be things like loans. For example, check out Wayflyer, Uncapped, Levine, On Deck, Relay, Thunderbox, and many, many more. The main thing here you want to watch out for is the size of the repayments. A good rule of thumb that I always share with my community is when you're taking lending, how much money you have to repay each month should be about the same or maybe a little bit more than what your monthly net profits are. So you're never eating into cash flow. For example, if your business right now makes $5,000 in profits every single month, then I would structure my lending so that I'm paying only $5,000 back in repayments every single month. Taking more can basically mean you're just going to affect your cash flow in December when it is the exact time that you need the money the most in stock to make profitable sales. Now, finally, number 3. VAs, virtual assistants. For VAs right now, the timing is not ideal unless they're already highly experienced. Now, if you are looking to hire a VA, expect them to source and deliver tangible results from day one. Training, onboarding right now in Q3 is just going to take valuable time away from you and your business, and the payoff is just not going to be worth it. So generally, if you haven't got a VA ready, probably not going to be worth it. But if you're getting one, just make sure they're really up to speed and they're very experienced, not someone new and doesn't know the industry. Let's move on to November. Now, before I jump in, remember, I did say at the beginning of the video, I'm going to share something with you in December that if you do it right, January will be one of your best months. If you do it wrong, it could be one of your worst. So make sure you stay to the end to see what that is in December. Okay, let's talk about November. Now, around the 15th to the 20th is going to be the cutoff for sending in FBA shipments that will sell before Christmas. One of the things you might want to consider is switching from FBA to FBM. Now, I need to be honest. I don't actually do FBM because guess what? I live in Mexico. But I would love to because the opportunity is incredible. I have documented this because we share it within our community with what's worked very well for people in the past. So here are 12 things I know about FBM in Q4 that you might want to consider if you are thinking about really scaling your business and maximizing profits. Number 1, doing FBM in November and December can be a real advantage because you can cycle your money so much quicker. For example, when I do FBA, I have to ship to the warehouse, then I have to ship from the warehouse consolidated into Amazon. Amazon then checks it in and then puts it on sale and eventually it gets sold. With FBM, I can basically ship it to my house straight away or even pick it up and I can get it on sale that same very day, which is incredibly fast and saving so much time. Number 2, what should you be thinking about sourcing? Well, focus on items above $20, but generally weigh less than a pound. You can use Keepa Product Finder to find these products, but when you're doing your sourcing, look for those type of products to help you identify if it's going to be good for FBM. Number 3, how to know if it's going to work. Well, one of the key things you want to do right here is look at the Keepa chart and you want to check to see if the buy box has been held by FBM. For example, when we come to this product right now and we scroll down to the actual Keepa chart, if we just hover over the actual graph, you can see it along the top is blue. This is basically showing us that over this period of time, this has always been an FBM seller. So if I'm always seeing FBM, i.e. blue along the top, this is a very good indication this could be a great product to do FBM for. Now, top tip for you, when you see at least 20% or more of that buy box as FBM, that's typically a promising sign. keep that in mind. Number 4, packaging, supplies for FBM. You can get these free from DHL, UPS, and it's going to save you so much money. So do get them early, even if you're just on the fence thinking about it. Number 5, for packaging supplies, I'm going to show them on the screen now. But generally, you want to be looking at standard FBM bag sizes. Poly mailers in 9x12, 12x15, 19x24. On top of that, box sizes, generally standard sizes. You're going to show them on the screen right now, so have a look at that. And also, it's going to be the one that you want to be getting. Number 6, a little hack that's going to help you out getting more buy box share. One thing that some of our sellers are seeing in the community is if you set the handling time to 0 day, you can increase your shipping time, but set this handling time to 0 day. This generally results in a higher buy box percentage share, which means you make more sales. Number 7, move your transit time from the default 4 to 8 to maybe 3 to 5 in your shipping template. This again gives you an increase in better buy box share, something that's really, really important. Number 8, to make FBM shipping efficient, you've got to build out tiered shipping templates. Now, what do we mean by that? Download the templates from Amazon and adjust them to work for you. So for us, what we've seen with our sellers is that we have generally 2 templates, a free standard shipping or premium expedited. Keep close tabs on the actual shipping costs, but generally speaking, what you'll find is that the FBM free standard shipping is going to be covered in the price of the product as well. But the premium, you can actually charge extra for, which leads me nicely onto point number 9. Always buy your shipping through Amazon wherever possible. If this isn't that cheap and you think you can get it cheaper, do check out pirateship.com only if Amazon seems expensive. Number 10, in December, one of the key ways you can make extra profit is by increasing expedited shipping charges to $40 plus or above per pound. And this is going to help you because the increased demand means you can make extra profit. A lot of people are going to pay this, and you might only be paying $20 to actually ship it, but you're charging $40. That's extra money in your pocket. Number 11, December the 15th is crunch time. Expect a lot of people are going to be using expedited shipping at that moment in time. This is when your shipping volumes start skyrocketing, so be prepared. Number 12, a super hack if you really want to try it. A lot of people have tried same-day listing capabilities. Now, what you can do, especially with retail arbitrage, go in store, pick up orders, and you can list them and sell them on the same day as you acquire them. It's super fast and a great way to turn money. Think about sourcing in the morning, picking up in the late morning, and then selling in the evening. These things can just change the game for you if you're willing to be mobile and focus your day during just this great time of year. Just a quick reminder, we're going to go through and show you some important Black Friday things that you need to be aware of at this time of year. But remember what I said at the beginning, December, if you don't do this one thing that I'm sharing with you, it's going to ruin January. If you do it, January could be one of the best months of the year. So stay tuned to the end. Okay, Black Friday. Let's talk about this prime window for sourcing. For Amazon sellers, Black Friday is more about sourcing than actually selling. It's one of the most powerful buying windows of the entire year. This year, it's going to be Friday, the 28th of November. Now, while most people think the event starts on Friday, the real opportunities for buying great deals starts on Sunday before Thanksgiving, which is the 23rd of November. Now, this creates a valuable 5-day window to buy discounted inventory. And if you're doing SBM, like we talked about before, you can actually buy and get products sold before the true Black Friday period. My top tip for you right now is go all in. Spend as much as possible during this period because prices on quality products really aren't going to get any lower at any point in the year. So you're buying great inventory. Even if it takes a couple of months to move through the stock, the savings can offset the holding period. So buying great deals is really amazing. Now, you might see FBM fulfillment takes priority over FBA during this period and especially leading up into the Q4 December period because guess what? FBA has warehouse delays, goods have to be checked into FBA in late November, and often don't actually get available until the peak season. So FBM can actually get a real big priority. Again, coming back to why FBM is a really great opportunity. Now, what should you be looking for? What are the high value categories? Well, think about giftable products. These are the things which dominate. shoes, clothing, cosmetics, drinkware. Think about Stanley cups, brand name toys like Lego, major clothing items, footwear such as Nike. These all have very predictable sales and sell really well on Amazon. Seasonal goods also as well can be identified with Keepa. Remember what we looked at earlier by looking at the sales rank. And also think about things like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas cycles. All these things repeat every single year, and they offer reliable patterns for you to make profit. Now, one question you might be asking is, how do we select the right products? Well, winning items are going to be items that have rising buy box prices and ideally shrinking seller counts. For example, right here, you can see that this product we've had in the buy box price has been pretty stable, and you can see it's going up. And on top of that, you can also see right here, the actual offer count is now decreasing. The number of sellers is decreasing. Look for Keepa charts, which show that format. It's going to give you an idea of what you should be buying, and these are going to be great profitable products. On top of that, think about those replenishable products, those products with stable buy box prices, which consistently deliver. They can be great products to buy. Now, again, use the previous methods we talked about, storefront stalking, looking at what's going on, and apply that discount process we talked about earlier on. Focus on proven products from storefronts and competitors that are already buying it and replicate what already works. Finally, remember, profit doesn't come from the product itself, it comes from driving discounts. And remember to go back and see my 11-step discounting machine. That's just going to drive extra money into your pocket. Now, this leads me nicely onto my 3 Q4 traps. So what do you need to be aware of in Q4 that a lot of people make mistakes, and how can we stop you from doing them? Number one, most beginner mistakes is by buying inventory with the expectation that the price will become profitable during Q4. Simply don't do it. What you're going to find, someone else will buy that product cheaper than you and sell it at the current market price for a profit, most likely during Black Friday. Number two, should you think about switching categories? Well, a lot of people like to think about, hey, I'm going to stop buying what I'm currently buying and I'm going to move into a different category, maybe toys, because that's what I heard is really good. Well, the smart play is to continue doing what you're doing. Remember, we talked about that at the beginning, but also to try some new categories which are great for Q4, such as toys. But what I would say is don't drop proven categories that are working for you right now. It's simply not worth it. Nearly all categories benefit from a significant increase in sales in Q4, but generally what you'll want to do is make sure you maintain that consistency with your existing products and then layer on those Q4 categories such as toys or footwear. These things are going to really help you out. Number three, volume over ROI. Now, one of the biggest things you need to be careful of when looking at deals during this period, especially around Black Friday, is looking at products where they show a massive ROI. The reality is, the problem comes with great ROI but slow sales means that these products generally lock up cash for a very long period of time. What you really want to be focusing on is selling fast-selling lines, even if you've got a slightly lower ROI. Focus on generating profits today rather than holding cash in higher profit items for much, much longer. Cycling cash is one of the most important things you can do in this business, not focusing on purely profitability. You've actually got to sell those products. Okay, so let's focus on December, and this is one of the most important times for really maximizing profits. If you are shipping with FBA, you're really buying right now for January. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let me talk about product selection. Now, if you're doing FBM, you've got a few days in early December that you can still be buying and shipping in. But remember, you need to be watching your delivery times to get the products purchased and then obviously shipped to the customer before the cutoff period. Generally, it's going to be around about the 15th of December. That's the end when people start slowing down in buying, maybe even up to the 20th at the absolute last moment. Now, if you're doing FBA or even FBM, what product should you be thinking about buying in December? Just remember, everything you're buying right now is really going to be carrying on or following into January. And what you don't want to be doing is buying products that you wanted to sell in December, but you couldn't, and now you've got to hold on to January. This is where you need to be really careful about what you're buying. So stop buying the Christmas stock and start buying all those replenishables that sell all year round. December the 5th to the 15th is going to be your golden window for sales. Use this time to track and look at listings for what the sales price is versus the competitor inventory. If you see that the competitor inventory is thinning out, you might be able to hold steady and sell a little bit later for significantly higher profit margins, sometimes even doubling the amount of profit you've got. But if there is a lot of stock on that listing and the demand simply won't clear out that stock by the time Christmas comes through, then it's probably wiser to reduce your prices down and move quickly. Nobody loves holding stock for Christmas in January. It is part of the game, but you can manage it by watching your inventory levels and selling through quickly. So make sure you're on top of your repricer during this period. Now, I did say at the very beginning, there's one thing you need to do in December that if you do it right, is really going to maximize your business. What is this? Well, this is your sourcing strategy. Now, as we approach late December, going into January, we need to understand that sourcing can be tricky because what looks amazing right now might not hold up in sales in January. This is where pulling your Keepa chart not back to the last 3 months by default, but actually looking back a whole year, you need to see how well this product sells in January last year. Because seasonal items, for example, like advent calendars, are going to look amazing winners in December. But guess what? In January, their sales just drop off. And the last thing you want to be doing is buying products that look amazing in December, but once it comes to January, you just can't sell them. So this is whereby analyzing your Keepa chart is so important. For example, we've got this product right now, which is a Lego advent calendar. If we scroll down to the calendar, what you can see is over the last 3 months we've got selected here, it looks amazing. Great buy box price. You can see sales going through the roof. If I was buying this product in December, I might want to buy big, but I need to remember to look back. And if we go back over to all time, you can see right here, last December, it sold really well, but came into January, sales dropped off a cliff. And what we generally see, prices start to decline. So for you, when you're buying and doing analysis, always make sure that in December, you look at last year's January performance, because a lot of your products will hold over into January and you're going to have to sell them then. And you still want to make sure they're actually selling well. And again, this is why it comes back to focusing your product selection on products that sell all year round. There are still many deals that do this, but the priority is to focus on those rather than the Christmas ones. Now, one of the questions people ask all the time, does Amazon close on Christmas Day? And the answer is no. You're going to make lots of sales on Christmas Day. Just be aware. I did say I was going to go through Q4, October through to December, but I really want to talk about January because this is going to be a game changer for you to understand what happens in the business. Don't assume that the business stops on the 25th. Shoppers are still selling. And into January, this is often the third, sometimes even the second biggest month for sales across the entire year. So securing and buying enough stock in December is important because you are just going to make so many more sales in January, which can keep that Q4 profitability and sales going through into another month. So keep buying and keep shipping in December, super important. Okay, so that's all the key information you need to take away for Q4. Now, the one thing I would say is if you want to make it even better, make sure you surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Check out the Amazon FBA War Room. I'll drop a link down in the description. Now, the one thing I'll also share with you is that what can make or break your Q4 is the ability to analyze Keepa charts to a high detail and make sure you spot all the little problems. That's why I want to share a video around here for you about Keepa analysis, which I go through in detail with all the things you need to be looking for, especially IP complaints. Now, if you enjoyed this content, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. And hey, don't forget to subscribe. From FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.